So I have discussed about how to set the initial condition of a flip-flop, okay, and I have introduced two additional inputs which are actually called preset and clear, okay. So with the help of preset and clear, we can able to set the initial conditions. So initial conditions are nothing else the initial state of the flip-flop, and what we have done in order to set the initial condition, we have to do the following conditions. What are those? Get the initial condition by using preset and clear, okay. Then apply the normal flip-flop condition, okay, normal flip-flop condition by using preset equal to 1 and clear equal to 1. After that, then flip-flop actual, apply flip-flop actual inputs, okay. What are flip-flop actual inputs? The flip-flop actual inputs for SR flip-flop is SR and clock, okay. So these are the conditions how we can set the initial condition of the flip-flop and how we can work with the flip-flop. First, you have to get the initial condition by using preset and clear, okay. Next, apply the normal flip-flop condition by using preset equal to 1 and clear equal to 1. After that, then apply the flip-flop actual inputs SR and clock, okay. So now let's say question will be like this: design a SR flip-flop, design a SR flip-flop with active active low preset and active low clear. So what will you do? So first of all, if the question will come like this, design a SR flip-flop with active low preset and active low clear. So what will you do? Okay. So my logic diagram will be, sorry, my logic symbol will be look like this. Now this is SR flip-flop. It has clock. Okay. And this is my active low preset and active low clear. This is my preset and clear. Both are active, active low. So this bubble suggests that it's active low. What did this bubble suggest? If I give preset equal to 0, then this will be activated. 0, this bubble will make this 1 and this preset is activated. Okay. So now this is Q and Q bar. Okay, these are the two outputs. So this is my SR flip-flop with active low preset and active low clear. Okay, how to come to know this is active low? So you can see bubble over there, bubble over here. This makes the thing active low preset and my active low clear. So now what would be my truth table for it? My truth table will be very simple. It looks like this. So my truth table is, I have told you what actually you have to take preset and clear, Q and Q bar. Okay. So in this case, if preset is 0 0, what will happen? If preset is 0 0, so since both are active low, preset is 0 means it will make my Q to 1. If clear equal to 0 means it make my Q bar to 1. So which is actually invalid state we will get, invalid initial state. Okay, are you all understand? It's very simple. So I am going to draw this diagram for you. So this is my SR flip-flop with active low preset and active low clear. So you can see, so this is my preset and this is my clear and this is the clock pulse. Okay, this is the clock pulse. So this is my Q bar. Okay, you can see now what I'm going to do. If I'm using this active low preset, means if I'll apply preset equal to 0, this Q equal to 1. If I apply clear equal to 0, that Q bar equal to 1. So we got an invalid initial state. Okay. So what we got, if preset equal to 0 and clear equal to 0, we got an invalid initial state. Okay. Now preset is 0, clear is 1. If preset is 0, clear is 1, what will get? If preset is 0 now and clear is 1. Okay. What will get here? If preset is 0 means obviously we'll get Q equal to 1, because since its preset is active low, if you give any of the input to this NAND gate is 0, it will make output to 1. If Q equal to 1, obviously Q bar is 0. So what you get here? We got here set state. Okay, we got here set state. Next, set initial state. Please try to remember this is the initial state. We are doing all this preset and clear to get the initial state of the flip-flop. Okay, so preset is 1, clear is 0. At that time what will get? If preset is 1, clear is 0, so this is 1 now. Okay, and clear is 0 now. So if clear is 0, q bar will become 1. If q bar is 1, q is equal to 0. So what we got here? 0 and 1 we got. So this is called reset state of the flip flop. Now we go for the next state, which is 1 1. If reset is 1 and clear is 1, what will happen? If both will be 1, it depends upon the what will be the preview this outputs. It depends upon the what will be this output, so that it will give the result to us. So that's why if preset is 1 and clear is 1, we have to know what is my S value, R value, and clock value, which are the flip flop original inputs, actual inputs. So this actually works on the normal flip flop condition. Normal flip flop condition. Understand? So with preset and clear, how we are setting up the initial condition, do you all understand? Okay, so this is the way you can have to design the thing. Okay, next what you need to do, so here next question, design a SR flip flop with active low preset and active high clear. Active low preset and active high clear. So at that time what will you do? Students, is very simple. As the logic diagram, logic symbol will look very simple for you. This is my SR flip-flop. As we have discussed many times about this logic symbol, this is the clock pulse, okay? And this is my Q and Q bar. And here it is been given to you. It's a SR flip-flop with active low preset. Active low preset means preset will having bubble, and active high clear means there is no bubble in the clear. Okay, do you all understand? So what would be my logic diagram for it? It's very simple. You can have same logic diagram for everything. Okay, it just has 4 NAND gates. Okay, and there is a feedback path from the output. Okay, and this is my preset, which is active low. Okay, and this is my clear, which is active high. Okay, do you all understand? Very simple. As per the specification given, I have just designed it. Okay, active low preset, so I have taken active low preset and active high clear. So this is my clock, this is my S and R. So I'll be using here Q and Q bar. Okay, so now tell me what will happen. So if my preset and clear, so I'm just going to tell preset and here, this Q and Q bar are my what? Initial flip-flop conditions. So please try to understand, this is not the next state. I have not yet applied my actual input clock here. Okay, if you won't apply clock over here, it will not give the next state. So also all of you know that next state is nothing else my after application of the clock pulse, output of the flip-flop or state of the flip-flop after application of the clock pulse. Okay, so I am not applying till now the clock pulse. I am just setting up my initial input condition, initial state of the flip-flop. In order to that, I have to check with my preset and clear, which has been given to me. Okay, in the state in the question, it has been given to me preset would be active low and clear will be active high. So according to that, I am going to work now. So according to this, we have preset and clear, let's say 0 0, both preset and clear 0 0, and we know that this preset is 0 and clear is 0. So obviously what will happen, this preset is active low, which makes my q equal to 1. Obviously q bar equal to 0. So this will make my q equal to 1 and q bar is 0. So which actually got the initial set condition of my flip flop. Okay, now if preset is 0, clear is 1, what I will get? If preset is 0 and clear is 1, so clear is 1 means it's a active high. So this also will make my q bar equal to 1. Since preset is 0, I got q equal to 1. So which is actually invalid initial state we have achieved here. Invalid initial state. So now preset is 1 and clear is 0. So since here preset is 1 now and clear is 0, what will happen? Since clear is equal to 1, this q bar equal to 1 and q equal to 0. So we got here q equal to 0 and q bar equal to 1. So this is called reset state, reset initial state. Now preset 1, clear 1, what will get here? Sorry, I have made mistake here. So this is actually what will happen if preset equal to 1 and clear equal to 0. So just I'm erasing this so that so you can see over here. Okay, this is active low, preset is 1, clear equal to 0. Okay, so preset equal to 1 means this is active low. It is going to find out what is this input and what is this input. So it is not going to give me the output over here. Also clear equal to 0 means it's active high, so it is going to have find out what is those inputs. So it is also not going to give me any output to me. So it is going to check what is my S clock and R actual input. So according to that, if they will get this values of these out inputs, then only we can get initial state. So this is called what? Normal flip-flop condition. Okay, normal flip-flop condition. Okay, now
Sir,
yes,
so
this got here
once
normal flip-flop condition. Yes, any doubt?
yeah, yes, sir. Could you explain once again from 0 0?
10 or
For
00?
0, sir. For 0 0.
For 00, you want me to explain? Okay. For 00, what will happen? So I'm just erasing this so that you can have a better idea. So what will happen here? Preset is 0 and my preset is active low signal. If preset is 0, what will happen? If any of the input of the NAND gate is 0, it will give me Q equal to 1. Am I correct? So now this is clear is also 0, but this is active high. Active high means what will happen? It will not going to activate my output. So whatever it may be Q equal to 1, it will just give a opposite to your Q bar equal to 0. So if Q equal to 1, it's called setting of the initial state condition of the flip flop. Okay, understand, Asurya?
Okay, sir. Understood.
Now go for the 0 1. If preset equal to 0 and clear equal to 1. So what will happen at that time? I'm just erasing this. Now tell me here preset equal 0 and clear equal to 1. So preset equal 0 means it's active low preset. If clear equal to 0, it will give me 1. Similarly, you have clear equal to 1 means it's active high preset. Active high. Active high means it will also activate. So we will get here what? 1. Q equal to 1 as well as Q bar equal to 1. So what we got over here? We got invalid initial state. Okay. Now preset equal to 1 and clear equal to 0. So what we have got here? Preset equal to 1, clear equal to 0. If preset equal to 1, this is active low, so it is not going to give any output over here. But since clear equal to 1, so what will get over here? Preset equal to 1, clear equal to 0. Third step, third condition. Preset equal to 1, clear equal to 0. What will get Q and Q bar here? Very simple. Third condition. What will get over here? If preset equal to 1, this is active low. It is going to find out what is this input and what is this input. Similarly, clear equal to 0 and it's active high. It is find out what is this input, what is. So both of them won't able to give what is the initial state. They will be find out what is S clock and R actual inputs. Accordingly, they will give us the outputs. Okay. So that's why it's called normal flip-flop condition. Okay. Now you go for the preset equal to 1 and clear equal to 1. Okay. Now you go for the preset equal to 1 and clear equal to 1. So what will you get here? If clear equal to 1 means it's active high, so it gives me Q bar equal to 1, obviously Q equal to 0. So what we got here? 0 and 1, which is nothing else, initial reset state. Okay, so this is my initial state of the flip-flop according to preset and clear. Understand or any doubt? Aishwarya, did you understand this? How it was?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody has doubt? Parvez, do you have any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Okay. So now, if there is no
Sir,
doubt, yes, please, any doubt?
sir, why 01 is invalid, sir?
Because Y01 is invalid. See here what I'm again explaining here. If preset equal to 0, clear equal to 1. This is you have doubt? Yeah, preset equal to 0. If preset equal to 0 and this is active low, so what will happen? If any one of the input to this NAND gate is 0, output is 1. Okay, since this is active high, clear 1 equal to, then this is activated. Okay, so 1 is going over here. So what will happen if it is active high? If any of the input to this NAND gate is uh, active high, means what will happen? This actually makes my clear also to activated, and this gives me Q bar equal to 1. So both the cases 1 means it's invalid. Since it's active high, so if you give 1 is activate and it will make the output to 1. Okay, since it's active low, you give 0, it will activated and it gives my output to 1. So that's why we got an invalid state. We will never get initial state 1 1. Okay, that's why it's an invalid state. Okay, understand?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? If there is no doubt, we'll move to the next one. So this will be homework for you. Design a SR flip-flop with active low clear and active high preset. This you have to do. Along with that, another homework I can give you. Design a SR flip-flop with active high preset and active high clear. These two you have to do, students. Okay, active high preset and active high clear. Okay, so next, if there is no doubt, we'll move to the next part, which is nothing else. One more before that, I just has to tell you one more important thing. Here is that. Okay, preset and clear are called direct inputs. Okay, preset and clear are called direct inputs. Okay, next, another important, the output of flip-flop SR, JK, whatever may be the output of the flip-flop, the actual inputs of the flip-flop SR, JK, then DT. For SR flip-flop, this is actual input, this is actual input. For JK flip-flop, D flip-flop, this is actual input, T, along with clock pulse. Okay, these are actual inputs of the flip-flop. Okay, actual inputs of the flip-flop. Am I correct? Are called, these are actually called synchronous inputs. Synchronous inputs. And preset and clear are called direct inputs or asynchronous inputs. Asynchronous inputs. Okay, so this much only. About these two I am going to discuss in elaborate way in the next session, don't worry. Okay, so you just have to know about the fact of these two. What is that? Preset and clear are called asynchronous inputs or direct inputs. SR, JK, DP, clock, these are all called the actual inputs of the flip-flop, which are actually synchronous inputs. Okay, any doubt on this? If there is no doubt, we'll go for the next one. Very, very important part. Triggering of flip-flop. Okay, so triggering of flip-flop. So now the question is, what is triggering? Triggering, do you all have know about the gun? You may be seen in the movies. Actually, what is gun? Actually, they have a trigger. Okay, up to when you are not trigger it, the gun is not going to activate and none will not be any harmful to you. Okay, so once you trigger, wherever the direction of the gun output will be, that person will get affected. Okay, so triggering, what actually triggering is doing? Triggering is just activating the gun. Okay, similarly, somebody is activating also the flip-flop. What is that? Who is activating? The clock pulse actually activating the flip-flop. Are you all understanding? Someone has asked me one very important question actually in the offline. What is that question? Sir, what is the difference between latch and a flip-flop? It's a very important question, students. What is the difference between latch and flip-flop? So mainly, what is the difference between latch and 2 mark important question, students? So latch is actually a basic memory element which doesn't have clock pulse. Does not have clock pulse. Okay, does not have clock pulse. Okay, if input changes, the output will change accordingly. Okay, but what is flip-flop? Flip-flop is also a basic memory element which have clock pulse. Okay, which have clock pulse, which will have clock pulse. Are you understanding? So I have done in the initial class. What is I have done? Like this, I have done one for you. I have not introduced any clock pulse during that time. And I have been given your name A, B, Q, Cuba, and I have assumed something, started assuming 0 and 1. Okay, so this is called basic latch. Okay, basic latch means you can say this actually retains a desired value. Okay, whatever is there, it actually stores the desired value. What are the desired values? I would have previous value, set value, or reset value, These are my desired values. These desired values need to be stored using this log, and there is no clock pulse. Are you seeing? Is there any clock pulse? Now, when SR flip flop, what you have done? You have applied a clock pulse over here, and you have given the name at SR, and this become my SR flip flop. And if you want SR latch to design, just remove this clock pulse. This will become SR latch. All of you understand, students? Latch doesn't have clock pulse, but flip flop will have clock pulse. Okay, this is only the difference between flip flop and a latch. Okay, so now what is triggering? Who will trigger? What is triggering? Okay, so see here, triggering of flip flop. So mainly I will much information I'll give you about clock pulse now, because I am going to deal clock pulse more here. So this is my clock pulse. I have already told you about the clock pulse, but little bit more I will discuss about the clock pulse over here. Okay, so this is my clock pulse. All of you know that. This is with respect to time. Okay, so this is called 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. And you can see over here, this is called level 0, and this is called level 1 of the clock pulse. Level 0, level 1 of the clock pulse, level 0, level 1 of the clock pulse. Now there is state transition from level 0 to level 1. Where is it? The state transition is happening over here. State transition from 0 to 1. This is called positive edge of the clock pulse, or rising edge of the clock pulse. Okay, now there is state transition from 1 to 0. You can see over here. Here also you can see 1 to 0 state transition. 1 to 0 state transition, it's called negative edge of the clock, or you can also say falling edge of the clock. Okay, any doubt, students? Triggering up. So now you can see, I'm going to describe more about it. Here you can see clock is the controlling input. Controlling input. Okay, without giving the trigger, the flip flop cannot change its state. Okay, why you need triggering? Why triggering? First of all, why triggering? Is it required? Yes. Without giving triggering to the flip flop, without giving the trigger, the flip flop cannot change its state from the present state to next state. Present state to next state. In order to state transition present state to next state, we need triggering. Without triggering, we cannot change the state of the flip flop from present state to next state. What do you mean by trigger now? Trigger means how to active flip flop. Trigger means how to active. Okay, how to active. That is called trigger. The flip flop can be designed for the two kind of triggering technique. Okay, two kinds of triggering technique. Triggering technique. Now what are those kinds of triggering techniques? We'll see in a brief, don't worry. So first triggering technique is level triggering. I'll discuss all this, don't worry. Okay, what is level triggering? If your flip flop changes its output in the levels of the clock input. So this is my level of the clock input. Am I correct? If the flip flop changes its state in this particular time period, then it's called level triggered flip flop. Okay. What do you understand level triggering? Level triggering nothing else. If flip flop
Sir, your voice is breaking.
changes. Yes. Hello. Is it okay now? Hello. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If flip flop changes the state, if flip flop changes the state during changes the state means what it changes the state means present state to next state. If flip flop changes the state during the level of the clock, level of the clock input, then it is called as level triggered flip flop. Level triggered flip flop. Understand? Okay. Is it breaking or is it clear? My voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Okay. Now another type of triggering technique is there to design flip-flop. Another one is edge triggering. So there are two types of edge triggering. One is positive edge triggering, another one is negative edge triggering. Positive edge triggering and another one is negative edge triggering. Okay, understand? So now the question is, what is positive edge triggering? What is negative edge triggering? So positive edge triggering means if flip-flop is changing its state during this particular period of time. So here exactly, okay, if flip-flop is changing its state during positive edge of the clock, then it is called positive edge triggered flip-flop. Okay, what do you understand? If flip-flop is changing its state. What do you mean by changing its state? Present state to next state. Okay. Flip flop is changing its state during the positive edge. What is positive edge? State transition from 0 to 1 of the clock pulse during positive edge of the clock input. Clock. Then it is called positive edge triggered flip flop. Understand? All of you understand? Similarly, if flip-flop is changing its states during negative edge of the clock, then it is called negative edge triggered flip-flop. Edge triggered flip-flop. Understand or any doubt? Okay. So there are how many mechanisms we can do to activate the flip-flop? Three ways. What? One is in the label triggered, another one is positive edge trigger and negative edge trigger. So I'll discuss with you all these things in a brief with proper timing diagrams. Okay. So mainly SR flip-flop can be designed in can be triggered in three different ways. So my logic symbol for SR flip-flop till now I have discussed this one. Okay, am I correct? So this is my SR flip-flop. I have discussed about this SR flip-flop along with this clock pulse, and this is my Q and Q bar, and this is my SR flip-flop I am claiming. Okay, so now you can see if this type of SR flip-flop and clock pulse is directly given it like this without any symbol, then it is called label triggered SR flip-flop. So what do you mean by that label triggered SR flip-flop? Means SR flip-flop state means present state to next state of this flip-flop is going to change with the application of the clock pulse, and this clock pulse should be triggered with label in label 1. Remember, always label 1. There is no label 0. Understand? Label 1. Okay, means flip-flop is going to change its output. Flip-flop is going to change its output during label 1. Okay, so I will discuss this with the better way in the timing diagram, don't worry. Another SR flip-flop symbol is like this. So this is my SR flip-flop, this is my S and R, and the clock pulse with arrow. So this is my clock pulse now, and this is my Q and Q bar. This is called what? Positive edge trigger. Positive edge triggered SR flip-flop. Understand, students? Very simple. If there is a arrow mark like this, then it's called positive edge trigger. Means this flip-flop change its state in the positive edge of the clock pulse. During this period only, during this time only, if there is any change in the input, then it will reflect on the output. Are you understanding? Next. Another SR flip-flop symbol looks like this. So this is my SR flip-flop. SR, and the clock pulse, wobble and arrow. So this is my clock pulse now, Q and Q bar. So this is nothing else. The wobble suggests that it's a negative edge triggered SRFF. Understand or any doubt on this? Okay, so there are three types of designing technique of SR flip-flop, three types of activating the SR flip-flop. One with label trigger, another one is positive edge trigger, another one is negative edge trigger. Okay, so now how it all going to work, I'm going to tell you, don't worry. Okay, So now if somebody will ask you similarly for JK flip-flop, how is it level triggered? You can take SR flip-flop as it is. Next, what you have to do modification in SR flip-flop to get JK flip-flop? You would have NAND AND gate, okay, and you would be having feedback from here Q bar, and you will be having feedback from here, and after that you will be having J and K, and clock pulse will be like this. So this is my clock pulse. So this is called label triggered JK flip-flop. Okay, if somebody will ask you positive edge trigger, what you do? Just put this one, positive edge triggered SR flip-flop. If somebody will ask you negative edge trigger, put a bubble there. This is called negative edge triggered JK flip-flop. Understand or any doubt, students? So this is the way you can have to design any type of JK flip-flop to. Now I am going to tell about more about this JK flip-flop along with the timing diagram and along with the all three mechanisms of activating. What are the all three mechanisms of activating? One is label triggered activating, another one is edge triggered activating. Under edge triggered activating, there is positive edge trigger and there is negative edge trigger. In the positive edge trigger, what is the positive edge trigger? A flip-flop change its output if there is any change in the input in the positive edge place only. Okay, I will tell you about it more in the timing diagram, don't worry. So I'm just going to explain now very important part which is called timing diagram of JK flip-flop. Okay, yes,
Sir,
any doubt? Yes.
sir, what is positive edge CK flip flop, sir?
So that only I am explaining with the timing diagram. Don't worry. So I have just till now explained about the logic symbol. I have not told about actually anything about positive edge trigger, negative edge trigger, and all. I have just told about that positive edge trigger is what a flip flop change its output, change its state. Okay, change its state means present state to next state. If during the positive edge trigger of the clock input. Okay, but I have not yet discussed in the timing diagram. If you see the timing diagram, if you are not understanding, I'll explain. Okay, don't worry. So now tell me what is truth table of the JK flip flop. My JK flip flop look like this. Truth table will be JK 00. I'll be getting Q1 01. I will be getting 0 10. I'll be getting 1 1 1. I'll be getting toggle. Okay, so these are all what actually next state. Okay, when this next state will come, when I will apply the clock pulse, when I apply clock pulse. Okay, without that we will not get anything. Okay, so this is called previous state, this is called reset state, this is called set state, this is called toggle state. Okay, we know about it. JK flip flop, when it will all will give the next state output when there is a clock pulse. Now this clock pulse will be of three types. One is label, one is positive, one is negative. Okay, so positive edge triggered, negative edge triggered, and label triggered. Okay, are you understanding now? I am going to discuss about it more in a brief in a timing diagram. Just see over here. So here you can see what I'm going to draw is very important. Please try to understand. This is the timing diagram I'm drawing. Till now nothing I have discussed about the timing diagram. Okay, so if you're not understanding, ask me. Okay, so what I have done, I am going to design a JK flip-flop. Okay, so initial state I want. What is initial state? Initial, let's say I am designing a JK flip-flop with active low preset and active low clear. So what I will get here actually JK flip-flop and clock pulse. Clock pulse can be of three types. One is label triggered, positive edge triggered, and negative edge triggered. Okay, I'm going to discuss all these things. So I'm going to design this JK flip-flop now along with active low preset and active low clear. If active low preset and active low clear, why I have taken like this? I want my initial condition, initial state of the flip-flop are 0 and 1. So if I want initial state of the flip-flop 0 and 1, what I have to give? I have to give clear equal to 0 and preset equal to 1. Am I correct, students? If I give clear equal to 0, what will happen? It will just give q bar equal to 1 and opposite q equal to 0. This is my initial state. Initial state is what? Q equal to 0, q bar equal to 1. This is my initial state. Are you understanding how I have got initial state? I have set my clear to 0 and preset to 1 so that I got my initial state of the flip-flop q equal to 0, q bar equal to 1. Each and every step I am explaining, students. This is the first step. Did you understand or any doubt? I'll just wait. You can tell me because this is very important. Do you understand this? How I have set the initial condition? Parvez, did you understand this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Aishwarya, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I am going to design, actually I am going to, my aim is here to design a JK flip-flop with active low with label triggered clock, positive edge triggered clock and negative edge triggered clock. Before that I would require a initial state of the flip-flop. How I have got initial state? Since I have been given active low preset and active low clear, I have just given clear equal 0 and preset equal 1 so that I got my initial state as q equal 0, q bar equal to 1. Did you all understand up to this or not? Bindu, did you understand? Are you
Yes,
there,
sir.
Bindu? Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, good. Satish, did you understand, Satish? Satish Kumar. B. Satish Kumar. Are you there? B. Satish Kumar, are you there? Are you there or not? Okay, leave it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to have my clock pulse over here. So my clock pulse is actually 50% duty cycle. What is 50% duty cycle? T on divided by T on plus T off is multiply by 100. If you do, it will give 50%. Means here T on and T off is of exact. Okay, this and this are of exact value. Now what I'm doing here, just see. So this is my one clock pulse, second, third, fourth. How I am drawing, everybody has to do this at your home. Okay, otherwise you cannot able to understand. I'm telling you, students, this is very important. If you are not understanding, unmute and ask me. Minimum 10 mark question will come from this. Okay, so see here, this is my level 1. 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 Okay, but I am not discussing about level 0 because I am going to activate my level triggering with level 1 only. And this is my positive edge triggered, positive edges. Okay, and this is my negative edges. Do you all understand? So this is my positive edge, this is my positive edge, this is my positive edge, this is my positive edge. Okay, and this is my negative edge, this is my negative edge, this is my negative edge, this is my negative edge. Any doubt on this clock pulse? If there is no doubt, we'll go to the next. What I am going to draw here, please check. So I am going to design a JK flip-flop. My J input will be, I am going to draw here. K input I am going to draw here. Okay, let's say my J input is like this. Okay, my J input is like this and my K input looks like this. Okay, my K input looks like this. So what I'm going to do here, first of all, I am going to design three things over here. One is positive label triggered output. What is my label triggered output? Q. This is my label triggered output Q. If it is JK flip-flop with label triggered clock, okay, the output is Q. So now tell me, where is my label 1 comes up here? So I'm just making these positive edges like this, okay, all positive edges only, okay, all positive edges. Okay, all positive edges. I'm just drawing, okay, okay. So now these are all what? Label 1. Label 1 is from here to here. Label 1 is from here to here. Now what is label triggered? I have told you already. Label triggered means what? Here initial state is what? We got Q equal to 0. So I will start with my output Q equal to 0, okay, because my output is 0. I have set already like this, Q equal 0 and Q bar equal to 1 at the initial time. So here, okay, initial time I have Q equal 0, and this Q equal 0 will maintain up to here, okay. When label 1 will come up over here, at that time it will check what is my J value here. J equal to 1, K equal to 0. Please understand, very slowly I am explaining. If my J equal to 1 and K equal to 0, what will be I will get? I will get here set 1, okay. Whatever may be my previous output, if it is 0, it will just set to 1, okay, and it will just going to continue up to next any change in my input or not. Here I got J equal to 0. If I got J equal 0 and K equal 0, what it will do? So if my J equal 0, K equal 0, what it will do? Previous value. So previous value is what? 1 only. So it will just continue up to here. Next, again it will check what is my J. J equal 0, K equal to 0. Okay. So it will be continue up to here, previous value. After that, here you can see J equal to 1, K equal 0. But that time, is it label 1? Yes, it's in label 1. So J equal to 1, K equal to 0. So what will happen if J equal to 1, K equal to 0? If J equal to 1, K equal to 0, again it is set only. So J equal to 1, K equal to 0, it is just set only. It will keep on going up to when? Up to any other change happened in this level 1? No, in this level 1 is up to this only. So there is no change. Up to here it will come. After that it will again continue up to next level 1. Okay, so this will continue up to next level 1. Next, in the level 1, again it will check what is J. J is 0, K is 1. If J is 0, K is 1, what it will do? It will just reset. Reset means 0. So whatever may be my previous value, it will just reset to 0. And it will continue up to here. There is no change in the level 1 of the flip-flop input. So it will just continue up to next level 1. Okay. Next, again it will check what is J here. J is 1, K is 0. If J is 1, K is 0, what it will do? It will just set. So it will just set, and it will check any other change in this level. No change in this level of this flip-flop input, so it will just continue up to next level 1. In this level 1, it will check what is J. J is 0, K is 0. So it will just continue with the previous value. Okay, so you are getting previous value. Understand or any doubt? So do you all understand label triggering? In the label triggering, what is happening? If there is any change in this label, then only I am getting change in my output. Okay, all of you understand or any doubt, students? If there is no change in this level, then it just follows the previous value. Okay, similarly, we'll go for the next, which is actually positive edge triggered. So tell me, in positive edge triggered, my Q, I have started with what? 0 only. Am I correct? I have started with 0 only. Okay. So here, when the positive edge will come, positive edge comes over here. Okay. I'm just taking this all positive edges. So these are all my positive edges. Okay. So up to this, it has 0. Next here it will check what is my j and k. My j is 1, k is 0. So if j is 1, k is 0, what will happen? It is just set to 1. It will just set to 1. And this set will be there up to next positive edge. Okay, it will not going to change what is happening, anything is happening in this level 1 or what, any change it will not going to reflect. It will just reflect if there is any change in the positive edges only. Here you can say again j is 0, k is 1. So what will get? J is 0, k is 1, will get 0. And this will continue up to next positive edge. So in this next positive edge, again it will check what is j is 1, k, j is 1, k is 0. If j is 1, k is 0, it will just set to 1. So it will just set to 1. And it will continue up to positive edge. Again it will change in this level. What is j? J is 0, k is 0. It will just previous value. Okay, are you understanding, students, what I am doing? Very simple. Okay, if there is any change in the edges only, it is going to reflect positive edges only. Now negative edge trigger. So in this negative edge trigger, I am going to draw this q starting with 0 only, because I have set the initial state of the flip flop to q is equal to 0 and q are equal to 1. So along with that, what I have done, I am just going to take now negative edges. Where is my negative edges? This is my negative edges. I am just taking those negative edges now. Okay, so these are my negative edges. Now where, and again negative edge, here there is negative edge. I'm just taking the negative edges. Okay, next, any other plus negative edge? Yes, here it is, negative edges. Okay, so my negative edges. Next, any other negative edge? Yes, at the end we have negative edge. Okay, do you all understand? Now initially what is the output? Q equal to 0. So this Q equal to 0 will keep on going up to when we'll get the negative edge. Here we got the negative edge. So at that time it will check what is my j and k. My j is 1 here and k is 0 here. If j is 1, k equal to 0, what will happen? J is 1, k equal to 0. It will just set my output. So initially my 0, it will going to set, and it will set up to when next negative edge. In the next negative edge, it will check what is my j. J is 0, k is 1. If j is 0, k is 1, what will happen? It will just reset. It will just reset, and it will continue up to next negative edge. And in the next negative edge, it is going to check what is my j is 1, k is 0. So what it will do? It will just, j is 1, k is 0, it will just set, and it will continue up to next negative edge. Now in the next negative edge, it will check what is my j and k. My j is 0 and k is 0. So it will just continue the previous value. Okay, up to when next negative edge comes. Okay, so do you all understand three outputs how I have drawn? Any doubt on this, students? Please see here how I have drawn. Very important 10-mark question will come up. Any doubt on this? So what is happening over here? If it is level triggered, inside the level 1, if there is any change in my j and k value, it will reflect in the output. Okay, and in positive edge and negative edge triggered, what will happen? If there is any change in the flip-flop input j and k during the positive edges, then only it will reflect in the positive edge triggered flip-flop output. Similarly, during negative edge trigger, if there is any change in the flip-flop input j and k, then it will going to change my flip-flop state. Okay, are you understanding? Any doubt on this, students? Please let me know. Any doubt on the timing diagram? Dhanush, did you understand, Dhanush? B. Satish Kumar, are you there? Did you understand, or I'll make you out from the class? B. Satish Kumar. B. Satish Kumar, I'm just making you out from the class. Thank you very much. Dhanush, are you there, or I'll make you out also? M. Dhanush. Are you there, M. Dhanush? Okay, you also go out. G. Vivek, are you there? G. Vivek.
Yes, sir.
Did you understand timing diagram?
Yes, sir.
G Vivek. I'm asking you, Vivek. Did you
Yes,
understand?
sir.
Okay. And
Yes, sir.
Sindhu, Sai Sri Sindhu. Yes, Vivek, tell me. Any doubt? Vivek, any doubt? Vivek.
No, sir.
Okay. Sai Sri Sindhu, are you there? P Sai Sri Sindhu. Okay, I'm removing you also. Sai Sri Sindhu. Sai Sri Sindhu. Thank you. Any doubt? Naresh, are you there? Naresh. K Naresh. Raghavi, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there, sir.
Did you understand, Raghavi?
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay, good. So now what I'm going to do, similarly for the D flip-flop, I'm going to tell you about the thing. Okay, timing diagram. So in the D flip-flop, what you need to do, timing diagram of D flip-flop. So one more I'm just explaining. So the D flip-flop I'm going to design. This is my D flip-flop. This is my clock pulse. So it may be three types. One is label triggered, positive edge triggered, negative edge triggered. Okay, I'm going to design all three. And D flip flop, I am going to design for preset active low preset and active low clear. Why you need active low preset and clear? To set the initial condition. So in order to set the initial condition, what I have to do? Let's say I want my initial condition Q is 0, Q bar is 1. So what I have to do here? Clear I have to put 0 and preset I have to put 1. So what will happen? It will just give me the initial state like this. So my initial state will be Q equal to 0, Q bar equal to 1. Up to this, all of you understand? If you understand, what is my D flip-flop truth table? My D flip-flop truth table D Q1 plus 1. So what actually D flip-flop is just the transparent. D equal to 0, Q1 plus 1 is 0, D equal to 1, Q1 plus 1 is 1. Okay. So this is my, that's why it's called delay flip-flop or transparent flip-flop. Now how to draw this timing diagram? Please check it. Okay. Just I am using the same clock pulse over here. The clock pulse looks like with the duty cycle 50%. So this is my clock pulse where T on is equal to T off. Okay. So again, I am taking 4 clock pulses. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So this is my first clock pulse, second clock pulse, third clock pulse, fourth clock pulse. Okay. In this is my level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1. Okay. And this is my positive edge, positive edge, positive edge, and positive edge. And this is my negative edge, negative edge, negative edge, negative edge. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm taking the D input like this. So this is my D input. So this is my D input. This is my clock. Okay. Now you have to find out 3 outputs here. What are the 3 outputs you have to find out? One is label triggered Q. Another one is positive edge triggered Q. Another one is negative edge triggered Q. So 3 things you have to find out. Okay. So before that, I have already told you I have been taken here 0, Q equal to 0 initial state. Okay. Where is my level 1? My level 1 will come up here. So I'm drawing for level 1. So up to this, my level 1, this is 0. Okay. After that, in this level 1, it is going to check actually where is any input change will be there. Yes, there is input change over here. What is that input change over here? It will continue up to when actually, up to when I'll be having my input change over there. So here level 1, what is my input? D equal to 1. If D equal to 1, tell me what is my Q1 plus 1? My Q1 plus 1 is 1. 1 only. So I'm going to have change here, d equal to 1 equal to q1 plus 1. Okay, and it will continue up to when, if there is any change in this d in this level, here there is change. So what is this? D equal to 0 now. D equal to 0 means q1 plus 1 also 0. And here up to this level 1, it has q1 plus 1 is 0. But after that, any change in level? No. Then it will continue up to next level 1. So here I got next level 1. What is that d at that time? D equal to 1. D equal to 1 means it will going to change. So now it will continue up to this. Here again d equal to 0. So when d equal to 0 means q1 plus 1 is 0. It will continue up to here, level 1. Okay, in this level 1 there is no change, so it will continue up to next level 1. So this is my level 1. At that time d equal to 1. D equal to 1 means it is just going to change up to here, because there is level 1 and there is changing d equal to 0. So this will continue up to here, and this will become d equal qn plus 1 is 0, and it will continue up to next level 1. In this level 1, it will check what is my d equal to 0, so it will keep on continuing. Okay, do you all understand, students? If there is any change in the input inside the level 1, that is only affecting my next state output. Am I correct? Okay, this is called level triggered D flip-flop. Now we'll move to the positive edge triggered flip-flop. In this positive edge triggered flip-flop, I'm just tracing out the positive edges like this. Okay, because I'm going to draw the positive edges. So I'm just going to trace out my positive edges over here. Okay, I'm just tracing out my positive edges. Next positive edge is here. Okay, next positive edge my here. Okay, all of you understand? Now what is happening in this positive edge? So my output, initial output, I have set it to 0, so that I'm going to put here q equal to 0. Okay, next in this positive edge, it is going to check what is my d equal to 1. D equal to 1 means it is going to d equal to 1 up to 1 next positive edge. Again here it will check what is d equal to 1. Again it will just keep on going next positive. Again it will check what is d equal to 1, then it will just keep on going next positive edge. In this positive edge, it is going to check what is d equal to 0. 0 means it is just going to this. Okay, are you understanding how I have drawn positive edge trigger? If there is any change in the input in this positive edges, that only reflect in my next state. Okay, otherwise if there is no change in my flip-flop input, so here we have d equal to 1, here also d equal to 1, here also d equal to 1. That's why the state is not changing from 1 to 0. It's keep on going to 1. Okay, now we'll go for the negative edge triggered flip-flop. For the negative edge triggered flip-flop, I'm just going to trace the negative edges. Okay, I'm just going to trace the negative edges. Where is next negative edge? Here it is. Okay, I'm just tracing the negative edges. Next, where is next negative edge? Here it is. I'm just going to trace the negative edges. Okay, any other negative edge? Here it is. Here it is d equal 0. Okay, next negative edges. I just test the next negative edges. Okay, now I start with q equal 0 as initial condition is 0. Now I am going to draw it. So first it will go up to negative edge 0 only. Next, in the negative edge, it is going to check what is my d equal to 0. If d equal to 0, my next state is also 0 only, and it will continue up to next negative edge. In this next negative edge, it will check what is my d. Again d is 0 only. If this is d equal 0, this will continue. 0 will continue up to next negative edge. In this next negative edge, it will check what is my d. Again d is 0 only. D is 0 means it is going to take 0 only to the next negative edge. Now it will check here d equal to 0 only. If d equal 0, it will go into next negative edge up to this 0 only. All these are 0. Are you understanding, students, or any doubt? Please let me know. So do you all understand how I have drawn the timing diagram of D flip-flop? Okay, so this is my 0 1 0. You have to draw it like this. Okay, then only you'll get full mark. Any doubt till now? Please let me know.